Hello and welcome to another episode of Tips and Ideas with Ed Wallace of Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and give me a thumbs up after you get this little video. Check it out and give me some comments and let me know what you think. But I sure appreciate your support in subscribing, and thank those who have subscribed to my channel and checking out the videos and putting in those comments. I really appreciate that. But today I'm going to show you another part of the process of putting together an award winner, and we need to break up the soil a little bit in order to construct our sustainable feature or our dry stream bed. So I utilize a product that's called Green as It Gets Ground Breaker. It softens hard soil. It has some different products in here like yucca extract and some other priority ingredients that helps to break the tenacity of the soil. So I'm going to show you what we did over here at the job site where we have our dry stream bed going along here. One of the most beneficial tools I have here is this root slayer. It's got an ergonomic handle there. If you look down on the teeth here at the shovel, it has serrated edges and also a really nice chisel point tip. And it does what it says. It slays roots. Has really nice pedestals for your foot. You step down on here like so, and just the way that it's built, it makes a really nice shovel to work with from the standpoint of getting roots out, getting shrubs out. I use it a lot in taking shrubs out when we're doing a demo, but in this situation we use it to go along the edges of this sustainable feature, this dry stream bed. I silhouetted it out with some gypsum the other day and put quite a bit of gypsum in the middle to help us with breaking down the tenacity of the soil. Also, gypsum is a fantastic product from the standpoint of lineating out a job site, but also from the standpoint of the benefits for the soil. It's much better than using spray paint or marking paint or other types of materials in order to mark out where you want to do certain types of jobs. I always like to use gypsum. But what I did is came through with this root slayer and went along the edges here of the stream bed in order to turn that over and create a outline border, because as you can see the soil is pretty chunky and pretty heavy. I sent it in for a soil analysis. It has a lot of roots in here. It's pretty chunky and hard like clay, but until I get the back to soil report, I really won't know what we're working with. But as you see all these roots here, these roots are from that grass that was in here. There was some St. Augustine and some different mixes of stuff and devil grass. Hopefully this looks like it's pretty much dead, but roots like this, it seems like it's kind of brown, maybe live. And these roots go down deep. You can see here, this is nice and flexible. This root here is nice and flexible, so that's a live root, and that will, depending on what type of grass it is, if it is a grass, which I hope it's not, but you see how deeply rooted it is. We may have some situations where you have grasses that come back because St. Augustine and Bermuda, they go really deep. And in certain areas here, as you see, where there's quite a bit of root action going on. But time will tell. There's an old tree that used to be in here, so we kind of chopped through that. The root slayer went right through those roots. And so this is the outline of what we're going to do here. See if I can get a different dimension here. There we go. And so this is my outline of how the dry stream bed is going to go. So it's going to come off of the edge of the house here. There's a rain gutter over here. And it's going to go up and join up with this other portion where the rain gutter is right here. And then we're going to get the slope going, and it's going to go down towards the middle of the yard. But to get back to show you more about the ground breaker, I have this applicator here that I use when I apply Hydretain, www.ecologil.com's the Hydretain ES Plus. It's a soil moisture managing product, but it's an excellent tool to be able to meter out exactly what I need from the standpoint of the product for the soil buster. It has an on and has an off and has a water. So we flip this down, and the product will siphon out of the container here, and I can apply it. And then when I want to water it in, I flip it up to water, and it happens. So let's see what we can do here There we go. So right now it's at water. So this is the amount of pressure that comes out when we're watering it. So after we put the Hydretain down, this is what we do to water that Hydretain in. If you don't have a sprinkler system or you don't want to run that sprinkler system, this is how we put the Hydretain down first by flipping it to where it says on. See if I can do that with one hand. Probably can't. We'll try it. There we go. See much more velocity of the product, or more velocity of the water that comes out of the unit. But I've already applied quite a bit of the soil buster on here. So there's probably a little bit left in here, probably not. See it kind of foam up a little bit. But what I do is I come through and I just spray all this broken soil area that I've already broken up the soil with the soil buster. Get it nice and soaked out. You can see some of the white there. So you can see some of the product. There's still a little bit of product still left in there. Kind of foams up so it tilts. But it's metered out just about what I want from the standpoint of how much I want to put down. If you don't have one of these watering units, you can use an ortho dial sprayer. And that way you can dial in exactly how many gallons, how many tablespoons or how many ounces you need to use per square foot. But with this unit here, I pretty much know how much product is going down. So I like using this Hydretain application bottle when I'm putting down the soil buster whenever I might have to do that. But we water it in pretty well, or apply it pretty well like this with the hose in applicator. And then we can flip it over to water. See if I can flip this over to water with one hand. Come on now. Let's see. There we go. Flip it to water. And we can be able to water that in. It's really low right now, but you can use the water hose or use this hose in sprayer and water this in really well. So we want to water it in so that way it can work its way down into the soil so that the product will be able to do what it needs to do, which is work at breaking the tensiosity of the soil so we can be able to rototill this. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to rototill this out, and then I'll be able to grade it out to get the depth that we want in order to create the dry stream bed, the sustainable feature. You can see here where some of the soil is already broken down. It's already kind of melted down to consistency of being able to grade it out. So hopefully all those big chunks like that, we'll be able to break those down too. And once the rototill runs in here, we'll be able to break those clods up and be able to grade this out a lot better. It's good for the soil. It's going to last in the soil. It'll degrade naturally because it's a natural product that's inside of the soil breaker, soil buster, and that's what we do. So that's your tip for today. We can use this not only when you're digging to dig out trenches or build things like what I'm doing here, but you can apply this to your planter bed or the areas you're going to do some landscaping prior to installing your plant material to help you so you can be able to dig the holes deeper or better, more easy. Also from the standpoint of when you get ready to plant, when you dig your holes out, if you want to make sure that the roots can be able to penetrate and grow and lengthen in the hole, you can make up a bucket of the a pail of the soil breaker and pour inside the hole to hydrate the hole, along with some Hydretain to help reduce the amount of watering you have to put on that new plant. That soil moisturizer, moisture management product was fantastic. You put some of that in there and you put the soil buster in there, and you'll be able to have a really good matrix to start out your plants to get them started on a good pathway to a healthy growth and vigorous growth, and hopefully another award winner for you. That's your tip for the day. Ed Wallace, tips and ideas, Midwest landscaping, one-handed. www.uniqueenvironments.com. Like I mentioned earlier, please give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so when your boy puts out a new video you can check them out and give me your comments. Thanks for checking me out. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Stay tuned and watch the magic. Groundbreaker. I kept telling you it was Soul Breaker. It's called Groundbreaker. By Green As It Gets. www.greenasitgets.com. I'll be sure to put some descriptions in, some information in the description box too.